So this is the Swedish website you use to order movie tickets in Sweden. And I remember I checked this exact page before Obsession premiered, and they launched the tickets here in Sweden. And I remember there were not a lot of theaters that viewed, or I mean, showed Obsession. I think there were like 4 theaters. I also think there were like 3 dates here. Now there's many dates, but also when I checked, like how many people have booked tickets. This is 22 out of 34, 94 out of 125, 58 out of 98, 186 out of 25, 225, 44 out of 84, 28 out of 45. I mean, when I looked at these numbers before, there were like nobody who had booked a ticket. Like there were 34 out of 34 and 125 out of 125. And I think that this is a big important lesson in word of mouth. This is word of mouth in real time. And I want to talk about something in real time because I think that will make you and I better understand what is word of mouth and how important it is. So before this movie premiered, before all the word of mouth, so the world premiere was 15th of May 2026, and nobody had ordered a ticket. Nobody ordered a ticket. First of all, there's basically there's basically no advertising. There is of course advertising in Sweden, but it's close to none. It's very, very little. And very few people had ordered a ticket. And I think it would have been the same. Like even if it would have been a lot of advertising, still the tickets would have been small. Like the number of people who ordered tickets because of social proof. Nobody's talking about this. But the moment people start talking about your movie, then a kind of snowball effect starts happening. So people saw the movie the first box office weekend, which was last weekend, a week ago, a little more than a week ago, on Friday, 1.5 weeks ago. And then people saw it and they loved it. And there's so many things that happens if you go and watch a movie and you love it. You know, there's Letterboxd and it's IMDb and it's Rotten Tomatoes. That's like the initial thing. You rate the movie online. So you start getting like ratings, and then are the ratings good or not from the fans? And because I'm totally excluding all reviews from any critics. I'm only talking about the fans now, or the people that go watch the movie for the sake of watching the movie, and not to give a review. And then what also happens is the team behind Obsession, so basically Chris Barker and the actors, are out promoting the movie, but they're doing it in a free way. I think it's not free, of course. It costs us travel, but I think I think they only do things in LA, so therefore they do a lot of stuff online. So I think the cost is close to zero by doing these free interviews. It's basically what it is. And when those videos are uploaded and they start getting views because people first of all, people like the movie and they want to know more about it and hear the people behind the movie. So these videos start getting more views. And this, like when people watch the movie, they liked it and they watch those videos, because I remember those videos before the movie launched, they got very, very, very small views. Like 50 views, 100 views, like close to nothing. And then when the people who watched the movie and loved it watched these videos, they get kind of a push from YouTube that, okay, this video is probably interesting. So they start pushing it out more in homepage, which makes the videos achieve more views. And when I, who has not seen the movie, go to my YouTube feed and see that there's so many videos by Obsession and their interviews, and they have gotten a lot of views, now we're talking thousands of views, and tens of thousands of views, then I realized, okay, wow, these people, this movie has to be good, right? And then there's also like the social media effect. So people love a certain scene, for example, and they post it on TikTok, and then then that goes viral, and then another people post a TikTok from another scene of that movie, and it's just like this. There's so many. And then I who has not seen the movie, I go to TikTok and I say, wow, people are talking about this on TikTok, and this is this scene that people like, and I have to see this movie. And then there's not also the like I go out in a social situation and a friend of mine says like, hey, have you seen Obsession? And I'm like, no. Okay. And they say you have to see it, it's so good, which usually happens with my family. My little brother, for example, he can say like, you have to see this movie, it's so good. And this is, I think, we're still just touching the tip of the iceberg of the effect of the word of mouth. And this just gets like it just accelerates, because because then after all these things, one person will go see the movie, and they will start being the person who watches the YouTube video, posts a TikTok, or likes a TikTok post, and starts talking about it. So it's this snowball effect until it's like it kind of dies, the momentum dies. And I don't know how long that would be. I mean, for some movies it never dies, like Star Wars. But I think that the real lesson here is very simple, and it's like there's so many things you can focus on in life. Like there's actually too much options nowadays, which makes it so difficult to kind of know what it is that you have to focus on. But there's only one thing that matters in this example, and that is that Obsession is a good movie. And making a good movie, that should be the focus. By making a good movie, everything kind of solves itself. Like if you make a good movie, it's very, very unlikely that the people who that won't go see it, because that doesn't happen today because of social media. Like it's so rare for something to be so good, and it might take some time, because even if just one person sees something. So for example, if I make an insanely good YouTube video and one person sees it, that person might like it, that person might comment on it, that person might tell their friends about it, they might do one simple activity or action. And then that action leads to another person seeing it. So now there's 2 people who have seen my video. And that person also thinks it's such an incredible video, life-changing video, let's say, that person likes it. And then YouTube thinks, okay, this is, and also it has good retention, so people watch the whole video. And then they're like, okay, this is a great video. And then you just push it. And then it might take time, like weeks or even months. But then the video explodes and you get thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views. And the only thing that I should have be focusing on, like Kurt Barker, what he has focused on to prove this, is making a good movie. And in my case, making a good YouTube video. Right? If you do that, like there's this effect, this domino effect. It's inevitable. You will, if in Kurt Barker's example, he will have a lot of people go see his movie. It's inevitable because he's made a good movie. It's such a simple yet powerful idea. It's the same thing for me. If I make a video so good, it literally changes people's lives. Like they see it and they get an idea that they can take action on, and they take action on it, and their life is better. They will 100% share it, and that will start this. And then another person will see it, and they will also think that, okay, this is actually a good. They also are inspired. They take an action. Their lives changed. So it could be basically I tell you like, okay, do an outreach, do follow-ups. Very simple example, and then you do follow-ups, and then you actually land a client or a customer. Or send you a call, and then you're like, okay, this advice actually worked. Now this person who gave you the advice, first of all, they have authority, because okay, they are actually talking something, they're touching truth here. It was the exact same thing that happened to me with Charlie Morgan. He made a YouTube video, I saw it, I applied the advice because he gave me an idea, and then I used it and I got serious results, and I was like, okay, Charlie Morgan is a genius. And then I've been talking a lot about him. I have been talking a lot about Charlie Morgan. So I actually am a live example of this. I'm talking about him right now. I'm sharing about him because he's helped me so much. Which one of you might not have heard of Charlie Morgan. And then you go watch his content and maybe even buy his course. Who knows? But that's the thing. There's so many things you can do. But focus on making let's just stick with this example now. The one thing that I can focus on to change everything, like change my whole life, is to make as good of a video as I possibly can. And I'm serious when I'm telling you that I can make a video that's so good because the advice that I'm telling you, and you have to talk about, okay, Kurt Barker is in horror niche. You kind of have to niche down on something. You cannot be great at all genres, and I cannot be great at every single topic of discussion. I have to focus on one thing that makes me differentiate myself from the rest of the YouTubers, and also that makes me be specific, specify my knowledge, expertise in one thing. So I have to kind of dial in on one niche, which is basically, I think, outreach. Outreach is gonna be my niche. And then if I make videos about outreach, I work and do outreach and learn, and then I make a video about it and teach. And then by teaching I learn more, so I do better outreach, and then I can do even better videos. It's kind of this wheel, I don't know what is it called, flywheel effect that Sam Ovens talks about, which is basically the business of Amazon. They get more money and they can make better customer experience, which gives them more money, so they can make even better customer experience and so forth. This is flywheel effect. And if I do this, so let's say I dial in on outreach, and I dial in on making good videos about outreach, and I become the world's best. I become the best in the world at outreach. There's no one better than me. Literally, I'm the best in the world doing outreach. There's no one better than me. And I make videos about it, and I teach other people. Like this is basically, it's like Michael Jordan sharing all of the things he learns by playing basketball. Because he knows that it's not about the knowledge. Like it's not about, and Richard Branson knows about this as well. It's not about giving away your secrets. It's about doing. So the secret is really the action of doing, right? Of me actually doing the outreach. It's not the advice I'm going to tell you, because I can give you an advice and it's the best advice out of them all that you can possibly hear, but you don't take any action. But let's just say I make a video so good, like I'm the best. First of all, I'm the best in the world at doing outreach, and then I do so many videos, which basically makes me really good at YouTube videos, which is basically just in the best, clearest way possible, giving you an idea, being able to convey, being a good communicator, by being able to talk and very clearly make you know what it is I'm teaching about. Like basically being the best way I can put this is being the best teacher in school possible. Like you can walk into the room with that teacher, and that teacher you will learn everything that this teacher is teaching, because you're so good at what you're teaching. And by doing this, I can become. I combine this. I'm the best teacher at outreach, and I'm also the best person actually doing outreach. I'm the best in the world at outreach, and I make a video about it. That video will be so good that I cannot even help it, but that video will go viral. Now I'm talking about in the people actually need the knowledge. So I don't know. The market is big, right? The market is basically a business owners, agency owners. But that's kind of my niche. I'm not going to be able to make videos about relationships, even though I want to make videos about relationship. Because if I do, and I'm still struggling with this, but if I keep making videos about relationships, I'm split in what my channel is about, and also my expertise. And it's kind of, people want to follow the best person, listen to the person who's the best at something, which is usually just you niche down to something. And for me, it's outreach. And I could niche down even more, like I could do it to a specific niche and doing outreach. But I think outreach is basically kind of, it's the same for different fields. And no, it's actually not. So I have to specify. My niche is cold email outreach. That's my niche, because I'm not familiar. I have cold call, but that's not what I'm doing. Or cold DMs. So my niche is emails, outreach via email, and I honestly think that is the best way of doing outreach. And I could talk about that as well. I think people would say that no, it's cold calls. And I have actually tried that, but what I realized was that most people told me that I'm busy, send me an email. So the thing is, they checked my email, and then they sometimes decline me. So the problem was not like getting in touch with the person quickly. It was about, I realized it's really all about having a good offer, and then getting the offer in front of somebody. That the email might take time for them to respond, but still, if it's a good offer, they will buy, and that's the only thing that matters. People buying from you. It's not really about time, because as soon as you get momentum, you won't even think about time. The deal is that the outreach you're doing today, you'll make money in 90 days. You will not even think about that because you're making the money from the outreach you did 90 days ago. So this is a very simple video, and I think I'm gonna leave it here. And it's just the simple idea of this YouTube channel. I'm really putting it as simple as possible. If I want to make a YouTube video that goes viral, basically, if I want to make a video that gets a lot of views and I build a serious community, and which I can commoditize, like I can make money then on this YouTube channel. It's definitely not my goal at all now, but it's a possibility in the future for sure. I can actually reveal to you that I could see myself writing a book. I think that the best way for me to learn is actually a book. I think it's great to have a community, but I think the best way for me to learn is actually a book. So I hope that Charlie Morgan will make a book one day, just like Alex Ramosi, where he reveals everything, but in a very clear, and he actually puts in a lot of time into it. And I think that if he does that, I think it's going to be more. I think that a book lasts longer than I'm probably wrong here, but a course. Like so, otherwise his product would be like an online course, right? I think that a book lasts longer than a course. That might be wrong, but I think that I think that the best like long-term thing you can do is writing in a book and sell it. I think that could literally last for thousands of years, and there are examples of this. Books that are thousands of years old but still exist. Now, online courses have not existed for so long, so we don't know what will work in that 1,000 years. But if we take a look at all things from the history that it is today, I think books is kind of up there, like being the most timeless piece of teachings you can have. I mean, I can read about Aristotle. I can read about Epictetus. I can read about. There's so many people I can read about. They were teachers. That's basically what it is. They're teachers. So I think I want to write a book about outreach, and I think I even have a title for it. It's called Numbers. It's going to be called Numbers Game. And I know that one thing is stopping me right now from writing that book. First of all, it's the track record. I have to have an insane track record. I have to be able to start the book by, hey, I'm 25 years old, and I'm making $500,000 of profit every single month. And that's usually I probably have I made an automated service. So if let's start with this. If I want to make a book that is not about AI automation, it's about actually manually doing outreach. The book has to start with okay, my name is Noah and I'm 25 years old and I'm making $60,000 a month in profits. And today, in this book, I'm going to reveal and how I do that is by doing outreach. And in this book, I'm going to reveal everything that I've learned. I'm not going to hold back anything because I want to make a lot of money. So I am gonna make, and I think that book would be it. So that's kind of what's holding me back now. I have to be able to say that statement. I'm making this amount of money, and I'm doing outreach. I'm not making that amount of money yet, so I'm not there yet. But when I'm able to do that, I'm gonna write a book, I think, about this, and then I can promote it on my YouTube channel for free. So if I basically have a great audience or community, I can give you a book. And I think that a book is, and if I told you, and if you believe me, because I've kind of been honest, and you know that I'm an honest person, I want to say I'm literally revealing everything in this book. I don't care, like if you want to grow your business, this is a book you should buy. It's like $20. If I were you, I would buy it. I don't know how I would sell it. I would just be very honest, I think. But that could generate me thousands, if not tens of thousands of book sales, maybe even hundreds of thousands, because of word of mouth, and also if I give Amazon huge traffic, Amazon will start promoting my product because they see I'm giving them so much traffic. I have to check that. I don't have a meeting now. Okay, nice. And that's kind of what I see as a future of this YouTube channel. But before I go there, first of all, there are like some steps here. I have to be able to make great YouTube videos. That's kind of the idea which this video is about. With Curry Barker, he's making a great movie, and a lot of people are seeing it now. They're buying tickets to go see it in the theaters. And I have to be able to make great videos. Basically, I have to be the best teacher possible in outreach. And I can only be that by me being very good at outreach. So the thing is here is, and also teaching, I have to teach a lot. So I have to make a lot of videos talking. So in order for my life basically to take a very drastic change in course, from like, let's say this YouTube channel explodes and I have a lot of loyal fans that are also like the right audience. It's the right audience that they I'm reaching the right people. They trust me. They think that I'm better at them at doing outreach, for example. Then I can make a book and I can help you, seriously help you, just like Alex Ramosi has done with his books. And I think that it's such a big, and that could generate me a lot of money. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in profits, maybe even millions of dollars of profits. I don't think, I might be over reacting, but I think that at least hundreds of thousands of dollars of profits passively by making the book and so forth. So to get there, I basically have to make a lot of YouTube videos, because by making a lot of YouTube videos and forcing myself to talk and I have to be able to articulate myself and to speak clearly, and also speaking is really like, the more I talk, so I think quickly in like a month I will be able to talk very, very clearly, and in 2 months it's going to be better. But it's really about knowing the thing you're talking about. If I know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be able to so easily teach you about it. So it's not really about speaking, it's about knowing the things that you're talking about better than anybody else in the entire world. So it's really about doing a lot of outreach. I do a lot of outreach. I get so much, like we're talking so much outreach, tens of thousands of outreach. I get so much knowledge about outreach, so much like experience, which will then be able to make me teach about it. And if I make a good video, if I make a video about outreach, that basically you see it and you drastically change your life, you 10x your income basically, so let's say, via making better outreach or more. It's usually just more outreach. That's the thing. It's probably just going to be do more outreach. More outreach is a better offer. And if I do one and I have no subscribers, I have no people watching me, I'll make one of those videos. One person sees it and their life is changed. I promise you, it might take time, but that is the start of a 100,000 views video, or a 500,000 views video. And then if I'm selling a book, for example, that could mean a lot of books. So it's really about keeping it simple. And that is, where should I focus my attention? Where should I spend my time? Outreach. And then make videos about it. And then if I do this flywheel effect, it's just a matter of time until everything is going to change. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.